Hello.
I was gonna say hello, everyone, but hello?
Hello.
Is there something wrong?
I'm just very emotional
Why?
because there's 2 people on the block.
And is this 2 people?
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you think these are sad tears? These are excited tears. Hello there, friends.
Okay, all right. Did you bring balloons to your petty party?
I brought magical flowers to my petty party.
No, I think everybody...
Allowed to be petty just once.
You're allowed to be petty as much as...
Okay.
You're allowed to be petty as much as you want. We'll get into all of the pettiness, but first... we have to remind everybody, hello everyone, wherever you are watching this live, whether it be here in the TV Co app. Of course, we have the TV Co chats open in front of us. Whether you're watching on YouTube or Facebook or Twitch or Twitter or welcome.
Or in the TV Co app.
Yes, that was my first one. And make sure that you share it and comment, subscribe, like, whatever it is at the place that you're watching. We really appreciate it. Of course, I can see all of those chats. So thank you very much for wherever you guys are watching this show live right now.
Yes.
I'm very excited. I feel like this has been
I got my drinks.
Mm-hmm.
I got some drinks. Cheers.
You're being very weird. I don't know what's wrong with you right now.
You're celebrating.
You celebrate with water and Snapple?
That's all I got next to me. That's all I have next to me. I'm trying to make it look good. But yes.
You know it's not what they mean when they say gin and juice.
Damn it. I'm ready.
I'm glad that you have a pep in your step.
Yes.
Because I did not have a pep in my step, and I almost, I know that people are going to yell at me. I feel like I have this conversation at least once a year when everyone tells me that I should never wear Crocs. I stupidly took a step outside today while it was raining on my nice cement steps a little while ago in my Crocs, and of course my foot slipped right out from underneath me and I went flying down the concrete stairs. So I'm doing great right now. So I'm glad that you have a pep in your step.
Quick little side note from Debbie. Are you recording?
Yes. Just so that you know, didn't realize it until after the intro, which is why I stalled on your cry. But yeah, we got it.
That's what I like to hear. All right, so listen.
Yeah.
This episode was bittersweet.
It was.
Because, and we'll get there, but I, being an empath, don't like seeing people cry. It doesn't matter who you are. It makes me feel bad. But at the same time, feels good.
I don't know what's wrong with me this season. I don't know if it's the fact that you played, so now I feel differently, like everyone in that house. Like, I guess it's so weird because everybody that I see now, it's almost like I imagine, instead of me thinking, ooh, the way I feel about a person, it's almost like I think, oh God, their loved one or their friend or their family member is watching this. And then I feel bad, even if it's a person I can't normally stand, like a Christmas. But yes, they're 100%. I felt for her during that HOH, which is weird to say. Again, not really a fan.
Yeah, and but like you're saying, you put yourself in that position, and when you have a comp win that close,
Yeah.
or you could get a letter, or you get your basket, and you're that close, and yes, it's easy as a viewer to be like, oh, shut up, nobody wants to hear it. If you didn't want to leave your kid, you shouldn't have left your kid. But when you're in that environment, it's so easy to be like, oh gosh, please, please don't tell me I left my family for this long to come up short. Oh my gosh, I was so close to that win. Now everything could fall through my fingers. So although I feel a certain way about people as players in that game, it's
Mhm.
hard for me not to feel the human aspect of it and be like, that does very much suck.
Yeah, that is 100% exactly what I mean. You know, it is shocking because Sam, Sam Smith from your season, he 100% has said, that's it. Christmas lost. I'm no longer a fan of her. It's over.
Really?
No, not really. He's on Facebook and he says, I love Christmas, though, of course. Sam is
I
a
was like,
big Sam is a big Christmas fan. Um but yeah, I mean, I can't imagine what it's like when you're this close to Final Four, which is really basically the end of the game,
yes, yep,
and one ball rolling off. Now, I guess it would be worse if she was the target. It is technically not
true.
Thursday yet. So she could change to become the target. It would suck more if she got sent home and being that close. I would imagine that would be something that would be really hard to live with for the rest of your
And
life.
absolutely. And on the flip side of that too, yes, obviously I'm somebody who is rooting for the Janelles, Casers, Baileys, Devons, Davids, Kevins. But with the people that are left, I will say I was kind of like, oh, Nicole doesn't have any comp wins. Like, and I'm the type of person like I'm like, oh, maybe she'll get her comp win. So I was kind of excited to see her get that first comp win. It was kind of a testament to slow and steady, and don't get overconfident, and don't
Mhm.
just take your time. Don't give up if you notice somebody's ahead of you in a comp, because all it takes is one ball to roll out. And like Nicole said, all she needed was a miracle, and
Mhm.
lo and behold, Christmas and Memphis both lose one of their final pumpkins, leaving Nicole as the HOH. So in that sense, I did have a moment of like, well, that's pretty cool. At least she can say she won an HOH like on her way to Final Four, and she doesn't have to deal with the, oh, you didn't win anything.
Yeah. See,
And
I
maybe I
don't.
feel a certain way because it took me a while my first season to win a comp.
Right. Um, I don't know what it is when you're anti men. Because it's weird, 'cause I guess my point is, whatever that is what I am, because I have to say, oh, I loved every second of Memphis winning it, and he's the same exact boat
Mm,
and is the target. So I didn't feel any part of
true.
bad for Memphis. I was like, good, hope balls fall, hope balls fall, hope when you're putting the little balls in, it reminds you what little balls you have. I just hope all of it, balls, you don't have balls, Memphis balls.
I think it is too. Christmas, she is what she is, but you do see the more human side when
Right.
she cries and talks about her son.
Yeah.
Memphis, it's right away. Well, I got the wise guys, and they're not going to vote me out, and I'm going to stay here. And then it's like, oh, buddy, no,
Yeah.
buddy, no. And and I'm going to be honest, there is that part of me that's like, oh, he sent a Nicole home, and a fellow Nicole is at HOH, so I feel that Nicole connection.
Mhm.
And seeing him sit with her in the HOH room and strike a deal about, if you don't nominate me, I will use my power to keep you safe next week, and this is the best deal you'll ever get. And I'm sitting there going, sounds eerily similar to a very similar deal that somebody struck you in week 2, and he scoffed in my face. So to see Nicole react the same way to him, karma's a bitch. And I hate to say that because I'm not a bitter non-juror, but you literally pitched to Nicole the same thing I pitched to you, and you're like, she'd be stupid not to take this. And now you're getting a dose of your own medicine at the hands of a fellow Nicole. So I will say that Nicole telepathy is a tingling.
Yeah, I mean, I think people believe in the BB gods. I think a lot of people believe in the BB gods. And then if ever the BB gods were to deal out BB karma, I guess this will be it.
And listen, I'm just going to rewrite history. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. But if you were to go home this week, I'm just going to rewrite history. I'm going to tell my grandkids, during All Stars, Nicole got out Memphis. And when my kids go, Grandma, or my grandkids, Grandma, you Nicole? And I'll be like, Nicole evicted Memphis or Christmas. I'll take both of them. But like, we just leave out the last name. I think we should just leave it very general. Mm-hmm. Nicole put up Memphis and Christmas. We don't need the last initial. Like, there's no need for that. Just All Stars. Mm-hmm. Nicole took out the big fish. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that will happen. Honestly, I think that'll just happen. I think that'll happen nonetheless, to be honest with you.
Oh, absolutely. And I think what's interesting too, because this episode, we should get to that first. This episode was a lot of,
P.S.
Yes.
There's only like 2.5 weeks to this season. It is clear that, let's just say, people might not be loving it as much as other seasons. I'm over trying to like go in the order with the recap shows and I want to just have fun with our recap shows now. We just have like fun the last 2 weeks, so don't worry about an order. Let's just talk about what we want to talk about and take questions from people and have fun. But wait, just before you start up again, I'm just going to throw it to rub a big sissy banana in chat that says the rubber cow should get the 500K at this point. Go ahead.
I agree. And Moonstar says, no, you're right, Nicole. Karma is a bitch. Thank you. And those two words together, Nicole karma, like those two words in and of themselves, that's an even bigger bitch.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, and here's what I want to say for the people that are, feel some sort of way about comps. It is interesting to note, and I feel like maybe you were the one to bring this up on the last show, but now I am not remembering completely.
Yeah.
This comp was a comp that Nicole played her first season and also played her second season. Ooh. So she can act like, ooh, I need to figure out the way to do this teeter-totter spoon, blah, 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 and figure it out. But this was a comp on both of her and Cody's seasons.
Yeah.
I do not believe it was on Memphis's or Christmas's.
I don't think so. And even if it was, she wouldn't be allowed to play.
Oh, good point. So my point is, Nicole had an advantage in this comp, hands down, going in. And I think most of us did want Christmas to win because I think we wanted to break up the Nicole Cody. Although I say that, but I really also didn't.
That's the thing. Yes, we all feel a certain way about Memphis and Christmas because of the way the whole season has gone so far. However, viewers, we root for an underdog, and I don't mean to use that term for them, but we have this solid group of three, Cody, Enzo, Nicole, versus a two. And in that sense, those two are the other side. They are the quote-unquote underdogs. So that little part of you is like, oh, come on, Christmas, you're outnumbered. And then you kind of put it in perspective and go, oh, wait, no, I really don't really mind if she doesn't win. No offense. And like everybody's saying in the TV Code chat, it is Courtney said, it's a lot of fluff. Becca, it's a filler episode. And that's exactly what it was. We saw bathroom stalls being walked into and feet being talked about. And something I have to say, and you guys know me, I know you guys are going to get mad, but I had to walk out of the room when Christmas was crying and Memphis hugged her because I did get kind of emotional. I did kind of feel bad because regardless of what they have done in the game, and like I always say, the shoe's on the other foot, now they're feeling what it's like to have that shoe on the other foot. And it sucks when you know you're targeted. And yes, they didn't have that empathy for me and Kevin and David. I get that. But because I'm an empath, I kind of look at them and go, like I've never seen Memphis that nice ever.
Well, I will tell you, Lovers, Dreamers, and me um, sent me a message earlier about a clip that she posted that apparently then like Kat retweeted and then some article picked it up and talked about it. And I don't know how we missed it.
Okay.
But apparently Memphis and Christmas have been consoling each other quite nicely,
Yes.
if you know what I mean.
I have heard about this.
A little
I'm
bit
not
of
shocked.
tongue, a little bit of tongue
Tongue
consoling, a little bit of
hugging. I
tug,
get it.
a little bit of tug and tickle, maybe.
I'm not surprised. I think it's something I might have even said on the live feeds in the house. I don't know if they ever caught that, but I wouldn't be shocked if them two were
Well, he said it
together.
preseason. Preseason, he said that Christmas was one of two people that he would be in a showmance with.
Who was the other person?
He only named Christmas.
I can tell you who it wasn't.
You?
This girl. I cried a lot. I never got a hug from Memphis.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if you'd be sitting here.
What do you mean?
Yeah, no. There's just some things in a friendship that are like deal breakers. Like if your friend is racist or homophobic or is dating Memphis.
And how can I word this? That's I'm just not shocked to see how can I word this? The two of them together.
Yeah, no, I get it. They're two perfect peas in a perfect
big
pod.
Old pod.
In a big pod.
Very, very,
very angry pod.
Could you? I said to my family, could you imagine their kids? They'd be little angry.
Oh my god.
They'd be beautiful, angry babies.
Yeah, they would be beautiful and angry. They'd be like, they would like be throwing spoons at the people. Yep. The little kid would be like, milk, fuck milk, I want some gin. Like drinking,
asshole.
like gin.
I want some milk, asshole.
Yeah, they'd be like flipping like the parents off, like, this is all my Christmas gifts, you dick.
Yeah, they'd be born with tattoos.
Born with tattoos, obviously.
Yep.
Yeah. No. I don't. But I can't.
I get that, and I know I see a lot of people in the chat saying they want Christmas to go, but I want to backtrack because Courtney J in the chat said Enzo wasn't trying to win. What is your thoughts on Enzo in that HOH? I know I'm backpedaling, but I have some thoughts about it. I want to know, what are your thoughts?
Here's the thing. I know that we all feel like, or I'll say how I feel. I go back and forth. There are times when I feel like Enzo is playing the most brilliant strategic game ever. He is playing America. He is playing production. He is playing the house. He has put himself into positions where he is not the biggest target. He has put targets on other people, focused people to go against each other and not him. He is always positioning himself in such a great position. And for that, I do give him a lot of credit. But then it's also annoying to me to watch him never try at anything. And still, like, I'm sorry, there's really no part of me that is going to take it seriously if Enzo tries to act like he had such a hard road this season. Now, I am not saying that being in the middle and having two sides not come after you is not a difficult thing. It is a difficult thing. That is a hard place to be in.
Yes, but you have to navigate it.
You have to navigate it. But it's a hard place to be in when both sides are coming at you. Enzo has been in the middle, never really had either side coming at him. And
is that his fault? Is that something that's bad or shouldn't be commended?
No, I think it is 100% great. My only comment is if he's going to use in his speech, I had to fight so hard to make it to this final two chair. I would not be able to take that seriously as a viewer, and I think the jurors would be pissed off
But
at all as well.
I don't think he'd use that angle. I think he would
No,
use
I
the
don't think he would either.
angle of I had to, plant seeds among y'all, yo.
Yeah,
I
sure.
had to go to this side. I had to go to that side. I couldn't tell. I think he would word it that way, like, oh, I had to navigate both sides. And that's very. Here's the thing. And I do agree with you with being a little bit frustrated because I understand maybe not being the best at comps. Like, I understand maybe not being good at many comps. Like, I get that. However, and I kind of felt this way with the veto last week when he was like, what? I don't get it. They're tailgating. They're at the game. They're celebrating. I don't get it. And a part of me was like, if you keep on buzzing in wrong, you have to sit there and analyze it and go, what am I missing? But then I saw that Tyler timed out. And I was like, all right, maybe it was more difficult. But to then again see him, one pumpkin bounces out, two pumpkins bounces out, one pumpkin bounces out. And then I'm like, but you're not trying a different approach.
Yeah, he's throwing it.
It again, it's like a not that he doesn't care. It's just like I don't need this. If Christmas Memphis wins, they're putting up Cody and Nicole, and even if I go as a replacement, one of them's going. And if Nicole wins this, I'm good. And you could see that mentality, and whether that's consciously throwing it or subconsciously throwing it, I very much think to him it was kind of like, I don't need this.
I mean, everybody is kind of saying it in all of the chats. Nobody's worried about Enzo, from Micah Drake. Teresa, Enzo's playing the best social game by 4. So far, Sunshine Breeze, Enzo is a joke, all talk. Here's the thing. I don't know how, well, I think Christmas and Memphis are kind of frustrated with Enzo, but not enough to go after him before Nicole Cody. But I don't know why Nicole and Cody aren't more frustrated with Enzo. Ad is clear not trying at all in the HOH comp. Like, if I was Cody, I would be pissed off right now.
But that wasn't what was, I should say, shown in the edit, because we don't know what Cody's really thinking. But what's shown is Cody saying, oh my gosh, Enzo, you stink at everything. Oh my. It's like, is that what he's really thinking? Or is he really thinking like, this dude's freaking throwing it right now?
Oh, I believe from the live feeds, he felt like Enzo was throwing it. But here's my other frustration. Enzo's not getting past Final 3 unless he wins those comps and it's his choice. Because everybody is aware that that whole jury loves Enzo and that they're just going to vote him the win. So he's playing a third place game. That's the other part that frustrates me. And for those people that, don't like Nicole, or like I see a lot of people quoting Janelle saying, like Janelle called it week 3, Frenzel's not going to do anything until week 9, and then she's going to roll out of bed and win everything. Great. So she's winning comps at the end when jury will remember it.
And when you need to, she's winning it when she needs to. And I feel like that's not something that people should really be like, this is what we mean about her. She hasn't done shit. Well, got her where she is, and now she's winning stuff. So, it's difficult, but you have to look at it and be like, damn, good for her. You know what I mean?
But my point is, that's my frustration with Enzo. He is not giving a jury any, not the jury. He's not giving the house any reason to bring him to Final 2. He needed to win this HOH. He needed to make an enemy. He needs a case of, guys, I don't have a cakewalk from the jury. They're not just going to hand it to me. I've made an enemy here. I've made a play over there. I also don't know that a jury would award him based on a social game and them all liking him when everybody in that jury feels like they're there because they had to make moves when Enzo didn't.
Yes, but as Linda Lulu in the chat is saying, I agree with Nicole. He navigated both sides. I think that pitch alone, especially when it comes to who he's sitting next to, let's say we don't know who's going home this week. If he's sitting next to a Memphis, yes, Memphis made a lot of big moves, but I almost see people being disgruntled with Memphis and voting for Enzo. I could almost see it happening. Him next to
Yes.
Nicole, you're gonna have people. She's a previous winner. Oh, Danny's a little butthurt by her. Who else is butt by? Davon doesn't want to vote for her again. So Enzo wins next to Nicole. Enzo next to Christmas. Christmas is another one that didn't really treat people the best. And you have to remember who else is in the jury. Like, yes, Enzo's like, oh, he's your likable next door guy, and that could very well get him the win.
I truly think, unfortunately, that Nicole Frenzel loses next to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
The only person I think she has a chance to win next to is Christmas, but even then, I don't. Devon made it very clear.
Yeah.
I'm not letting this jury vote for you on her way out. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why Nicole is just pretending like that didn't happen on the live feeds and pretending like she has a chance. Devon made it really clear. And then you proceeded to follow her out with Kevin, David, and Danny.
Yes.
You don't have a chance. I don't know why she thinks she does.
But what about next to Enzo? ZZ is saying Nicole wins over Enzo.
I don't think so. No.
I really don't see it.
I think you all are not considering the power of Devon. She is going to convince that jury that Nicole is a snake, a liar, and I hate to put it this way, but I think she's going to say, I went to her with a real life personal issue, like the Black Lives Matter movement. I asked her to be honest with me about it. She was not. Are you really going to vote for someone like that? Like, she's going to put that on. And I can just see some of the people in that jury be like, I don't want to be labeled that. I'm not voting for her.
Of course.
So I think there is 0% chance that Nicole Frenzel really wins against anyone.
And I saw somebody in the chat say Enzo probably threw it because obviously Cody can't play. Nicole wins it. That keeps him safe for the week, and he could still play in next week's HOH. And that's the important one. Again, going back to what I said, they all go after each other. It doesn't really matter to him. And I think, and I know I'm repeating myself, and I do hear what you're saying, and I think that's his main pitch when he gets to the final 2 years. It's going to be, listen, I didn't need to make the big moves that you guys did. I let you guys make them. I let it happen. I navigated.
He has to own his game.
If he doesn't own it, like you said, if he goes on and says, "Oh, I had a rough road, I had to fight," then he's going to piss people off. And that's what Lawson Cruz is saying in the chat as well. If Nicole owns up to everything that she has done, it may gain her some votes in the jury. Whereas if she's like, "No, oh, I didn't mean to. Oh, Davon, I hurt your feelings. I didn't mean to," that's just going to piss people off even more.
Yeah, people never realize they need to own their game to jury, that goes a long way. That's number one. But oh my goodness, we have so many comments and I just lost it. But what was my other point? Not about Nicole, that I don't think that she has a chance. I don't know, I lost it.
I mean, she can't play in the next HOH, which is no bueno.
It doesn't matter.
As long as she has veto.
Yeah. I mean, Memphis is gone.
I almost at this point see Memphis going and then Nicole going. At this point am starting to see a Cody Enzo Christmas Final 3. I don't know why. So just the way it's like unfolding, I feel like Nicole not screwed herself, but I feel like she's in a weird spot and she's gonna get, especially if Enzo were to almost like win the veto. Let's say Cody's HOH, Enzo wins veto. I see Enzo being like, I'm not taking Nicole, who's gonna take Cody. I'm gonna take my chances with Christmas.
Right. Nate on Facebook says he said in the DR he needs someone to take out Christmas or Memphis so he doesn't have to get the blood on his hands. That's great. If if Enzo makes it to the final 2 and he's able to articulate those things, 100%, then I think that he would have a chance. I also
Yes.
agree with Snip, a chick on YouTube, who says if Nicole wants to win, she needed to backdoor Cody, period. That was the point that I was going to make. I
Yep.
think the only chance Nicole has, honestly, and I mean, I don't believe that she took it today, she would have needed to use the POV, backdoor Cody,
Yep.
get Cody out of this game. She thinks sending Memphis into the jury is going to be this big wow move. I agree. It is going
Yes.
to be a big wow move, but I don't think it's going to be the big wow move that's going to get you the win. You
Yep.
sending out Cody and betraying Cody in the game with one winner. And then if you owned that, like if you owned it, like, of course I lied to you, Devon. I was willing to betray Cody
Yep.
to win the game. I was willing to I knew Cody would win against every single one of
Yep.
us here. I took that person out, even though it would have hurt me because she can't play at Final Four. So really, this is her only chance to take him out,
Yes.
other than at Final Three. So she would either need to do it now or Final Three. But
Mhm.
that being said, I do kind of feel like Memphis is the bigger threat to her than Cody. So I
Yeah.
don't necessarily think for her real time game, I don't think that's the smartest move. But if
Yep.
she's trying to win the game, I think that's the move she needs to
Mhm.
make to have a chance with the jury.
And that's exactly what I was going to say. Real time game, you get rid of Memphis, somebody who put you up during the triple. Obviously, you're expendable to him. And if everybody left, you know he has the wise guys. You're not on his totem pole, so you know you're in trouble. I think it's easy for us on the outside, objectively, to look at the whole game board and be like,
Mhm.
wow, Cody's the one everybody's going to vote for. If she gets rid of him, she wins. But
Mhm.
having lived in that house twice, I get it. And they're very close on a personal level. And that's a bond that most people won't break even in a game. And I get
Right.
that feeling. And surprise, surprise, you guys have seen me play twice. I'm the type of person I rather lose next to my friend
Mhm.
than win next to my enemy. And that's just me. I rather lose next to somebody I respect than win next to somebody I don't respect. And I've always said that with bringing somebody to the final two. Something me and Cliff spoke about. Cliff's like, but Nicole, I could maybe win against you. And I was like, I don't care. I'd rather lose to you than win to somebody else. So, and maybe it's just my loyalty. And I see Nicole the same way. Like Cody to her is her friend, her ride or die, the guy that she's been with this whole game. So I don't, as smart as it would be, I think that's not even in her mindset because it's Cody and that's Cody. You know, it's odd. It's easy from the outside to look in and be like, "Oh, do that." When you're in it,
Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
that goes back to the whole Cody Derek thing. Cody did the same exact thing. He brought Derek as his friend.
Here's what I think production wants, honestly. I think they want Cody to have to choose between Enzo and Nicole.
Yes,
I think they want him to choose Nicole,
yes,
and then I think they want him to win.
to win. Yes, so they could
I
say this time you made the choice that got you the money.
Right. I think, and then like thus completes the Cody slash Calafiore storylines of Big
Yep,
Brother with Nicole, Fred, and like all those people go away. Like we don't
yep.
need to see any of those people anymore. They have finished their storylines here. We've removed them. They will not be back again.
Oh,
I can see
makes
and
me feel it
what
makes me feel bad. Like Enzo, I've said this since the beginning. He was either going to get screwed in a double, which I'm shocked he didn't, or go out third. And I see him being a fellow third placer again.
I think Enzo will be back again. I think this season showed us that people like an Enzo,
Oh, of
and I
course.
think we could see Enzo play again. I think he would 100% be in trouble playing again. I think everybody got reminded that Enzo's game is he's not loyal to anyone. He will
No,
go wherever the power is. He will tell you whatever you want to hear. That to me is a dangerous player in the game, and I don't think Enzo would have a chance to go far if he played again currently.
no.
Um, but I could see them wanting to bring him back.
and I saw, who was it? Bonnie in the chat said Enzo said on the feeds by himself in the HOH, everyone left is bringing him to final three, so he doesn't want to win.
Yeah, no kidding. When he was in the
So
kitchen tonight and was like, and he said, but this is the thing. But this is the only part that frustrates me about, well, I mean, I guess we have live feeds. So, like you say, when Enzo says that to us and he's alone, finally, we kind of get to know the truth. But Enzo's DRs are all lies. I mean, he even said in his DR tonight, like, oh boy, if I win the POV, you have no plan to win that POV. Who are.
There's no way. There is no way he even tried.
No.
Because here's the thing. Even if, well, obviously, I mean, he did try because he could leave noms the same. But even if Memphis or Christmas were to win it, he goes up as replacement nom. He's not going. Even if it's a tie, Nicole's deciding vote. Nicole's getting rid of a Memphis or a Christmas next to Enzo any day in Final Five.
Right. I agree. I just think,
I mean,
Enzo has to win. Bottom line, but I mean, this also really isn't a shock when we get to Final 4-3-2. Now it is POVs are all that matter. So literally, win the POVs or you're going home. Win the part one.
I didn't like. I liked my social game navigating, and when I got toward the end, I was like, "Oh, damn!" But then I started winning, so I was like, "Okay, I can maybe do this."
This is, I always thought that I could never play Big Brother because I could never do those comps. But man, if there was ever a season that I've seen these comps and been like, wow, I could have really done those comps.
Because like this is very similar to like early comps.
They're very simple.
One quick setup. Yep.
Yeah.
One quick setup in the backyard. This is it. I wanted like the pressure cooker. Put me in a pressure cooker. I will fucking stand in there for a week if I had to. Put me in one of those things. A pressure cooker. I would win it. I would stand in that box and be like, none of y'all bitches are winning. You could just quit now because I will be here for a week. I would starve to death in that box. I would pee myself in that box.
Interesting. Again, a very simple comp that I don't understand why they don't bring back when they're bringing back stuff. But they haven't done anything that we've asked them to do this season, which is weird. I just want, and I'll say it again. I've said this on a previous season. I would love like a respected person in the Big Brother community, like a Taryn, who is known for like statistics and like smart things that I'm not. He needs to write an open letter to Big Brother and just be like, these are the things that need to be implemented. Stop reading the damn votes to them. Just tell them who's out. Actually put in comps we want to see as fans. I feel like they need that information.
The game is like broken.
It is.
You know what I mean?
No, it's not broken. I disagree. I can tell you exactly what it is. It really is, and it was highlighted this season with Tyler. It's new school versus old school. New school players do not play the old school way. They do not call out their targets. They do not make clear lines in the sand. Every single move is in secret. It's lie to the person's face until the time comes when you stab them in the back and blindside them. And hopefully you have the numbers that you think you do. Otherwise, you go home like a Tyler. And if you do, you stay like a Nicole, and then it's a super bitter jury because everyone's betrayed. There's no Rachel and Jordan versus, the other, just that game doesn't exist anymore, and they're not doing anything to change to the new style of gameplay.
And I, as a viewer and as like a player, I prefer the old school. I would have loved to walk into All Stars and be told, hey, Nicole, the pod you walked in with, that's your team. Keisha, Janelle, Bailey, that's your team. You protect them at all costs. And I would have been laser focused, done. You know who you're with, who you're against, and you just play the damn game. And I get it. It comes down to social game. I get that. But all the whisper, kiss everybody's ass. It's just like,
Yeah, they need to do things, which is why, again, I say the simplest way is stop telling them the vote numbers. They need to do things to force out drama. And suppress the drama by voting with the House, doing what the HOH says, blah, blah. Stop reading the votes and remove that aspect from the game. Force people to have paranoia, to not know if they can
But
trust the people in their alliances and all that stuff.
TV Coach Chad is yelling at me.
Yes.
Maddie Wakanobi is
Okay.
saying Taryn talked about the vote thing last week.
Okay.
He doesn't agree about the voting idea.
Why not? Oh, I'm going to have to talk to Taryn about this.
Do we know why? If someone could give me a quick synopsis. And fun fact from Courtney, Davon is the only person to use the veto on someone else this season.
Yeah.
And I think this is like this season, and correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like should hold a record for HOHs also winning their veto.
Yeah. Yeah, probably, right. Honestly.
A lot of the time it was like Memphis HOH and Memphis veto, Nicole HOH and Nicole veto, Tyler HOH and Tyler veto, Cody HOH and Cody veto. So like we didn't see, and again, like you said with the whole BB Canada, if they took out the aspect of HOH plays, this season would have been completely different. Mm-hmm. And that's why, side note, I say day for AFP, because that alone is an all-star move. When you use a veto, that like the fact that it was only used on someone else once in an all-star season is blasphemous to me. And that's why and I know how we feel about Enzo, but even Enzo, for the most part, went in the DR, especially early in the season, and just voted however the fuck he wanted to vote. That's commendable as well. I mean, later on, he started, but.
And I get it. I get that it's the words coming out of my mouth. I understand that they probably come off as me saying I'm not an Enzo fan. I really am an Enzo fan. I really do like Enzo.
Yes.
I just don't like some of the things that he's doing in the game. And most of my frustration in the things that he's doing is because I'm like, you're not going to win if you keep doing this thing.
But how do we react, right? Memphis goes home, and let's say Christmas HOH. Enzo wins veto, takes out Cody, then wins final three, takes Christmas.
Then that's like amazing.
I know, like maybe that could very well be happening. We don't know what's in his brain because obviously he tells the DR one thing, he tells the feeds another. I don't think Enzo even knows.
Yeah. None of us are living that pipe dream. You know, it was the last pipe dream we had like that. Nicole's going to win the final three and take out Holly or Jackson. Those dreams don't come true. Our favorites don't get to final two.
Wow. Sorry, guys.
Maybe if you tried harder.
If I was just a little bit faster in that second comp, son of a bitch.
Didn't pass out enough.
It would have come down to a tiebreaker in that final comp between me and Mickey, and I wonder what that tiebreaker would have been. And could you imagine that moment if I beat him in a tiebreaker?
Yeah, it would have been amazing.
Where are my tissues?
I don't mean just you. I literally mean I feel like I could go back the past few seasons. I always feel like third place was a person we all really wanted to be in the final two seats.
Yes, third place is the best. Look at any season, third place is the best.
I don't know about that, but Enzo hasn't done much to deserve the win. I mean, I will always say, anybody who wins the game deserves it. You can't say they don't deserve it. Nope. They won. They deserve it.
And that game is partially social, partially comp wins, and partially luck. And some people get there, like a Cody or a Memphis, with more comp wins. Some people get there more social, Enzo. And some people get there with more luck, which I would argue this season, Nicole. She got in a good spot where she was cushioned, and I can commend that. Well done. And now she's doing well. So it's the different ratios. And if you were me, you had none of the above.
I also think it matters what way the jury is going to go. It matters, is the jury going to vote based more on a social game? Is the jury going to vote based more on personal feelings? Are they going to vote more based on comp wins? Like, you also need to gauge what is the jury going to do. And there's just a lot of factors.
For example,
yeah.
Last season, our jury was very much focused on comp wins. Yeah. that split second walk down on stage, I think I always share this. I knew Mickey won because I heard all of the jury when Julie said Mickey won and took out Nicole. I heard Nick and Jack and Tommy all saying like, "Oh, he's a GOAT. He wins everything. He's the best to ever play." And I was like, "Oh wow, he's winning." So it just depends on what in that moment they respect. And in that moment, it was like, "Okay, comp wins, done."
I see people in chat saying, Eric, did you hear about Memphis and Christmas kissing and Memphis's girlfriend deleting or archiving all her photos of him? We did talk about that earlier. And I would also say not, aw, girl, you dodged a bullet.
No, I'm saying, oh, that's embarrassing. That's very embarrassing to be on social media and let's say she's watching the season, she's watching her man's, and then that happens, and I'm sure she's getting people. Yes, you have the people that are like, "Oh my gosh, are you okay? I'm so sorry." And then you're probably getting the people, "Oh, bitch, he don't love you. He's cheating on you. I guess you ain't good." That hurts. So I feel really bad for her. That's really embarrassing, and I feel bad.
Let me put it to you this way. I'm not pretending or claiming that I know what Memphis does in his personal life. I'm just saying, you know, man's rejection is God's protection. So maybe if he's doing it on camera, he is also doing it secretly, and it's better, as horrible as that is for her to realize or whatever now, in the long run, it's probably going to be better.
People are saying, like, Liza is saying she deleted her Twitter. Cam is saying she didn't. She put a post on Twitter saying it's fake news.
Okay, well, then I don't know. This was literally brought, God bless you. This was literally brought to my attention before we went live, so I did not actually watch it or read the article. I really don't know what the details are. I just know some people were like they kissed, some people were like they didn't kiss, some people like they did some other stuff, some people were like no, they didn't. Here's the thing.
I saw a clip.
What did you see happen?
I saw the clip.
What rating would you give it?
I don't know. I'll explain it. I rated T for teen. So they were in the HOH room, and Christmas like turned off the lights.
Okay.
And just like put his arm around her within. I don't know how to word it, but in a region, and she jumped off the chair. So I don't know what exactly I saw.
Oh, that is not the clip we're referring to. This was a clip. This was a clip where they were in bed, or she was in bed, he was in bed, and she leaned over him. Cliff does do his Cliff Notes. Is he giving us the answer? Cliff would know.
Cliff just said, this is so bad. He said, "I did see a stool next to Memphis's bed."
Oh, wow. Oh, wowie.
When I tell you, I wanted to see that stool in the house so bad because I wanted to baptize it in the pool. I was going to have a ceremony for it. I was going to do it with the live feed cameras. I was going to, okay, guys, let's baptize this stool together. I had a lot of things I wanted to do. I wanted to smash them. I had a lot of issues. Anyway, so I wanted to baptize the stool, but it wasn't there. So I don't know. Maybe it's like, I don't know.
Maybe
put it in gold and framed it somewhere and put it like on display in their house. I don't know.
Here's the thing, though. Are you ready? And I hate to say this as somebody that covers, this show, but let me just give you the sliding scale. Okay, ready?
Okay.
Sports. Okay, sports.
Okay.
Soil densities around the world. Okay.
Okay.
Anything that has to do with a Memphis and Christmas relationship. It's how little I care. It's how little I want to know about it.
I didn't say I cared. The only reason why I had a slight peak of interest, I was like, wait, the stool returned? Did it really? I'll tell you what they do have in the house now. Mm-hmm. I just saw it on today's broadcast. I don't know how long it's been there. I'm going to get yelled at by chat. I can tell in 2 seconds. A TLT pot. I want to know when they got the TLT pot, because you know what I had to do when I was there? I had to boil my water in a pot, and pour it into my mug, and I almost burned myself.
Well, now they got a teal teapot.
And it's teal of all colors. They know how much I love teal. And now they get the teapot. And you know what? That's just not right. That is just adding insult to injury. Like, hey, we know you went home second. And now the Final Five has a teapot. That's just not right.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm sure you can buy all the teapots you want. Lovers, Dreamers, and Me says, I don't think Memphis did cheat in any way, but there was definitely a little bit of sexual tension between them over on Twitch.
I feel like they've had it for a long time.
Did
Even
I?
When I this week too.
Do you want to just start a different rumor completely? I'll probably be
Okay,
mean of us, right? Like I see Katie on Facebook says, "Did I just hear that Enzo and Christmas kissed?" Yes, Katie. Go tell everyone. Enzo and Christmas were caught making out in the storage room. It's low key. Only a few people know. All the evidence was deleted on the internet. So
and
spread the word.
The whole thing is it's like this whole like love triangle.
Right.
So like Christmas with Memphis and Christmas with Enzo, and then you know what I saw? I saw Enzo. So it's just a cycle. It's just a triangle of love.
Yeah. I have a feeling Enzo would be quite comfortable in that triangle. Like he could be on either side of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. A couple of weeks ago, Enzo requested one, says Charlene in Facebook. What?
Nothing.
He requested a teapot.
Oh, Enzo did?
Yeah, that's all.
He's adorable. I love him.
They were in the key room around 1 a.m. and Christmas leaned towards Memphis, but Memphis covers his direction in the left and you can't see from that camera if they did it, but the other one you can. Great, I don't care. Can I ask a question?
They're in a yo-mance.
They're in a yo-mance. They're in a yo-mance.
Yup. It is what it is. No, it is what it is. You know what he would do if you said something? Did that happen? You go, yeah, it is what it is, though. It is what it is. You know, I don't know, she kissed me, I kissed her. Like, what do you want me to do? It is what it is, yo.
Is that inspired at all by Saturday Night Live?
What do you mean?
Did you not watch Saturday Night Live this week?
I did.
Yeah, well, that must have stuck in your brain.
The one, oh my gosh.
It was literally a skit on Saturday Night Live.
Yes, it was. And oh my gosh, the one skit was hysterical.
JJ Wisconsin.
Unprecedented.
Unprecedented, yes. JJ Wisconsin says, why does everyone care about the Memphis Christmas kiss? I cannot believe you guys aren't talking about Nicole and Cody. Poor Victor. Just leave it at that. Didn't read through that one. Should have known better not to click a JJ Wisconsin comment before I read it through completely.
Going off the first part of that question, which was why do we care so much? Because we haven't had showmances all season. We are grasping for anything.
We did. We did. What? Enzo talked about his feelings for you several times this season. Do you care to comment?
No.
He loves you.
I commented on Twitter. I said another reason why I'm frustrated with Memphis. Not only did he take me out of the game, he took me out of a potential love situation.
Okay. All right.
No, I could still be there. You don't know. Things could be hot and heavy. Nobody knows.
Nobody knows at all. But you know what we did learn by the end of this episode, Nicole?
What's that?
Wednesday is BB Comics.
Listen, you don't understand. You don't understand. I get to watch an episode and see a drawing of myself, and I hope it's good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is it insulting? Have you seen it?
No, I'm assuming that once they're usually Entertainment Tonight or Entertainment Weekly, usually one of those places puts them out the day before. So I'm hoping if they do, someone tags us in them.
Okay.
But we know what yours is.
Cliff said, what was your time, Nicole? My time. Are you ready for this?
10 minutes and 58
10 minutes.
seconds.
That's shitty. 10 minutes and 58 seconds.
Uh-huh. By the way, do you know that Nicole Frenzel on the feeds last night was like, my first season, I did it in 8 minutes and 3 seconds. I was like, no, you didn't.
No, she didn't.
Because
Listen,
Nicole has the record.
I have a record. Give me that. Just let me have this one thing, okay?
But
I a lot.
I think you beat her by 6 seconds. I think she did it in 11 minutes and 6 seconds or something. So that's close. You're still the reigning Big Brother Comics champion.
Listen, I'm just happy I won something. And in an all-star season, someone didn't beat my thing. We'll see in a future season if a newbie does. That'd be cool.
Jackie said, did you see on Hamster, the description of Nicole's comment? We saw the description of Nicole's comment from our at BB22 live feed updaters when they tweeted it out instantly when it happened, because they're amazing.
Yes. And it was a clip of Enzo and Christmas talking about it.
Yep.
And they explained it was Nicole A on air.
Yep.
And Enzo was very nice. And then Christmas was like, because she was always talking about a podcast. And I was saying, you're always talking about your foot, okay? We all have our thing, Christmas.
Yeah, you're going to come out and see that all of Instagram has been changed to your mugshot. So enjoy that.
That's going to be tough.
Here's the thing. And I've already said this to you once, and I'm going to say it to you now so that it is documented publicly so that you can't say that I didn't say it. While I am under no disillusion that anybody in production or CBS or anywhere cares anyway about me at all, I will say that when they flashed up Memphis's comic tonight and they had him fighting the people in the bar, there was definitely the guy he was punching. There was definitely a bartender in the background. So let me be clear. If your comic as the podcaster on air with Nicole has any other person in it besides you, and it doesn't even need to be me, I'll tell myself it's me. I'll be stealing that comic from you.
I really hope so.
I don't know why you would. I'll be stealing the comic from you.
I wouldn't. Please don't. What if I got you a copy of it?
Oh, that's fine. But if I am not provided with a copy, I'll be stealing yours.
It should be like me and you, and then Danny and Nicole looking through a window like, we ghosted the podcast. Because that's all they spoke about.
Technically, when it says Nicole on air, I should just be the air blowing up.
What?
Because you are the wind beneath my wings.
No,
Okay.
I think, to be honest, though, I think if you were in it, we would have heard about it by now.
I know I'm not in it. I
think Nicole F would have been like,
I don't think Nicole has a problem with you. I even heard her talk. She was even giving you.
No, I'm saying if you were in it. It was a joke.
Yeah, maybe.
You're not getting my joke.
Sorry.
Nicole, where is your comic from last season? Did you make your parents hang it in the main room so your sisters get to see it every day?
No.
Right now. What?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, why am I speaking for where your comic is? Go ahead.
Exactly. Right now, my artwork is in the main hallway when you come up the stairs, and my comic is still in my room.
When she says in her room, she means shoved behind a dresser, like most of her Big Brother stuff from her season, yet God forbid little old Derek, who would kill for anything from the Big Brother house, still doesn't have one thing here with me where it would be appreciated and loved. Moving on, question from...
says, Nicole, you should keep the original comic and give Eric the one that is wrong with the wrong stuff. Here's the thing, fun BB fact behind the scenes, when each comp has double, obviously, we only get sent one, and then the other one goes to like a member of production.
And to be clear, there's usually like 5 or 6 of each fake one. So there's going to
What?
be at least 6 or 5 of your. Yeah.
I did not know this.
You played in the comp. There's more than one of the same comic.
Yeah, there's 2. I just said that.
Some of them have
no,
like
you're
3.
right. There's
Yeah,
the
thanks.
right.
I've watched this show before.
There's the right one, the wrong one, and there's the one hanging up when we jump on the trampoline. So there's at least 3.
There's like 5 or 6. I'll tell you again.
Wow.
So I better get one.
Don't you tell me what to do.
I'm not talking to you. Excuse me. I'd like to talk to CBS for a minute. Hi, CBS. Do you remember when you brought me on to pretend to be Nicole for 2 weeks of my life, and then I got a lot of hate for it? You know what I'd really like is me a comic if I'm on it, or just anyone else. I don't even need to be on it. I just like one. Something is clearly my good old pal Nicole over here ain't gonna give me dick worth of shit ever from the house. So maybe you could, and I'll just take that as payment because you know. Thank you. Okay, back to our regularly scheduled programming.
I agree. That was like a sexy radio voice.
Okay, here's what I want for Christmas. If you get the comic and then I don't get a copy of the comic, I will expect you to recreate it, but then put me on the cover with you. That's what I'd like for Christmas. Thank you. Nicole Anthony Original. Autograph it too, please. Thanks. Bye-bye.
You're not supposed to ask people for your Christmas present. It's supposed to be a surprise, and you're supposed to let them do it out of the goodness of their heart.
Well, we all know that you have a coal black heart and that you don't really want to work with people, so I got to give you the gift that we
Case in point, BB22.
Okay, I'm just going to move on. We have some questions we have to get to. We've reached the question and answer part and don't know what we're doing anymore. How big is this comic? It's real big. It's real big. How big is it? I don't know. It's like 3 feet tall.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, 2.5.
Okay. Nicole Racone says, Do you
Hi,
feel
Nicole.
Do you feel that Danny and Nicole are mean girls in real life?
I haven't hung out with them in real life to know. And this is something that I always say, like, and believe me, I know I've had my opinions of everybody, but we give second chances in the real world. We treat people as humans in the real world. We let them take accountability for their actions, hopefully, in the real world. And then I'll assess. I, yes, have done a podcast with Nicole F., but otherwise, like, I haven't hung out with her. I haven't hung out with Danny, so I don't know how they are in the real world.
I am going to say that this season has taught me that I believe Nicole Anthony believes what she says. Did I say Nicole Anthony? Because I meant Nicole Frenzel. Sorry.
Case in point, BB22.
I'm sorry. I really didn't mean you. I really meant, in other words, I believe that Nicole Frenzel believes what she says about herself and her feelings. In other words, I know I keep freezing because I don't know what's happening with my camera. In other words, I don't think that Nicole Frenzel is intentionally possesses the character traits that people tend not to like about her. I don't believe that she is purposely doing those things.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that she suffers from anxiety and perhaps her coping skills are not the greatest. Danny, I don't think she's a mean girl. I think she's very sarcastic. And personally, I enjoy that.
Got you.
Having some technical difficulties on my end.
Luna Street on YouTube said, I'm so sad Janelle's grandmother passed away. The silver lining is that Janelle was not in the Big Brother house, so she got to spend time to get ready to honor her. I didn't hear that.
That's really sad.
When did that happen?
Oh my god, I don't like to hear that.
That's horrible. That is horrible.
Eric, can I get a time check?
Oh, yes. Final thoughts, Nicole.
Final thoughts. Well, we've had some bathrooms being walked into. We've had some feet looked at. We've had some possible showmancy moments. But you know what we don't have?
What?
Nicole Anthony in the house. And that is the real tragedy here. But guess what? Tune in Wednesday. You'll see her face on a comic, and all will be well with the world again.
That is right. Tomorrow night, Steve and I will be live right here in the everywhere. We will be right here everywhere tomorrow, both Steve and myself doing our live feed spoiler show. Then Wednesday night, Nicole will be back here live with me. We'll be doing a watch party. So we will watch Big Brother with you guys, talk on the commercials, and see you all then. Condolences to, I'll just message Janelle, but that is very sad to hear. We hope that you guys all have a wonderful evening.
Yes, we love you all. Thank you so much for joining us. We're a little hyper tonight.
We are a little hyper.
From us, so Nicole's in trouble.
I know. We did have another thing that we... Okay, anyway. Goodbye.
Okay.
We will see you guys tomorrow night, or I might see you in a few minutes for a hangout show. Bye for now, everybody. Bye, friend.
Bye, friend.